Okay, everybody, this is just going to be a quickest video possible on a Flam F12 refill valve modification. Okay, any of you guys that are familiar with F12s are familiar with this filler valve. What it's got in there, it's got a little hex key in there, a little on the inside where the pin, and you usually got to have a hex key or something to take it out. Unfortunately, I bought a hex. This one here is loose already, but and I didn't destroy it in the process, which is always good. But you know, I fixed several of these and I've destroyed at least 2 of them. Percentage rate of getting these out successfully without destroying them is pretty low. Even putting it on heat, because I don't know what they use to put them in there, but there's a sealer on there, folks, and those things are just like either glued in there or something, but they're hard to get out. Well, anyway, I bought a Allen hex head set here to get this out, but unfortunately my 1.5 millimeter, which was what was too small, and my 2 millimeter, which is what this was too big. So I tried sanding it down and everything, grinding, but unfortunately, you know, I couldn't get it even, and all you end up doing is just stripping them out. But I was wanting to try to save these and put them back to the original, you know, configuration, but it got to the point where I started having so many parts laying around because I was destroying these valves, and you know, I got tired of it. So those of you out there that seen my video I had, other filler valve mods might understand where I'm coming from or remember me doing it. But I'm going to use what they call a Zima valve. And I'm going to repair this. This is the valve I'm going to use right here instead of this one. Okay. Now these, you can buy these off of eBay. They actually come with an O-ring, and you can buy with it, or you know, if you want, a installation removal tool. Okay, just for this valve. Alright, okay, now this is when you get your remove your tank. This is how this is what you're going to see. This little plastic washer around here is actually, there's a little lip around this here filler valve where they put this plastic washer on, which holds this stuff on. But this one here still got a little left on it, but I still think I can pop that off. Yeah, there it did, popped off, landed right on the floor. Anyway, from this point you want to take this valve out. Now, like I said, I had to put mine under extreme heat, and I don't like putting a lot of heat on here because this valve area here, like I said, I had this one loosened up. It's probably 1 out of 2 that I've actually been able to save in halfway decent shape. Okay, there's what it looks like. Alright, there's a spring inside there. That's how this system works. Alright. Alright, now I don't like to put a lot of heat on that to get that out, because this here tube right here that goes down inside the lighter that's threaded is soldered on. You put too much heat on that, next thing you know, you're going to have a leak around here. So, you know, I'm not a big fan of that. So, but unfortunately, the threads on this are of a different pitch and a different diameter, so this won't actually thread in there. Okay, that's as far as I can get it. But it is with the right tool. This is the tool that you need to thread for this valve. Just so you folks will know. M4.5 by 0.5. Let me cover that. Maybe that. Here's what we got. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this here tap, and I'm just going to stick it in here and tap this out. Don't get in a hurry when you do this, folks. Make sure that you tap straight when you start. Now, it looks fairly straight to me. Maybe a little off there, but we're going to be alright. It's going to go in there. We're going to be fine. Okay, now you start hearing it squeak. I back it out. Alright. You can see I'm getting some threads in there. I got to go down quite a ways because I got a lot more thread on this valve here and this and here. So I've got to go down quite a bit, okay? Wouldn't hurt to put some cutting oil on that too, but I'm going to see if this will screw down in there all the way. Now, I'm going to take this valve out here and put some butane in here and blow any brass particles that might be in that tank out later on. But for right now, I just want to get this video going, okay? It looks like, yeah, looks like we got plenty of room. Yeah, we got plenty of room. Alright, so we're done. Now I tell you what, this one here has got a little bit of wiggle in it. It will work, okay? But I think from here on out, this is a 4.5 valve here, Ronson valve. They do have the 5mm, and I think I will buy that because I got a 5mm tap as well. But I don't have 5mm valve. This will work. Okay, so right now me get some butane out of here. Alright. Okay. Yeah, I got that filter down in there, so let me get it out. I ain't gonna be able to blow through here with this filter on. There we go. Go off camera here for a minute. Alright. And we're good there. Put this filter back on. Okay, when I put this back together, I'm going to do this a little bit separate or differently than how it went on. What I'm going to do is, this is spring steel, folks. You're going to end up breaking it trying to drill it out. I'll put the valve on this because it's got plenty of clearance here. Okay, see? Then I'm going to put the O-ring on next. Let me put my camera up a little bit here. Put that O-ring on next. Shouldn't have used this felt pad here, but I wanted to have a background that you could see something. Okay. Now from this point, I'm going to get a little bit of O-ring silicone grease around that O-ring there to help seal. Alright, put that there. Put this back on and stick this in. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I did one other mod like this, and it held. And there's enough clearance that that's going to seal tightly around this, and it's going to keep from leaking. Alright. There we are. Do want to snug that down as much as possible. There we go. Okay, here's what we got here. Alright, now from this point, if you want, this tip will stick out right where it's beveled right here. That will stick out on the end of your laminator case. If you want, you can file that down a little bit, but to me it's not a big deal. Okay, so let's put some butane in here. I need to enlarge the vent hole tube in there, but we're going to get by. Let me evacuate this tank out, guys. I usually like to evacuate the tank a couple times. Alright, we're good there. We're good there for now. Alright, now get my little tank here. And we'll do a little test on this, see what we got. Checking for leaks, folks. Little bubbles. No bubbles. We're good to go. Now all you got to do here is I got to solder the little valve on the end back on, and we're good. Alright guys, best way I got to modify one of these. I do recommend maybe using a 5mm valve. It's a valve for little miniature locomotive trains they use to fill the tanks back up. The gentleman sells themselves a 4.5, 4.5mm by 0.5mm pitch, and he sells the 5mm valve. This is a 4.5. I think you can get by with the 5mm as well. I'd want to actually try tapping that inside tube with one first. Make sure that I wouldn't have to drill it. But you're only talking a 0.5 millimeter difference, and I think we'll be okay with that. But anyway, Flam F12 filler valve modification.